What is transportation? Transportation is the process where the goods are moved from their original place to the final destination. And the goal with this process is to ensure that the goods arrive at time and in a good condition. Why is it important to choose the right transport mode? Well, it is essential to choose the right type of transport to make the transportation more efficient. For example, in time, some goods must be delivered within a set time. When cost, we need to find the balance between the price and the efficiency that we need. And the type of cargo, depending of the material that we're going to transport, we need a type of cargo. So we need to know what the type of we need. Types of transportation. We have four main types of transportation that are most commonly used around the world. We have the maritime transportation that is ideal for high volume and low cost. Air transportation that is for materials that we need to have fast deliveries, but it have a high cost. Rail intermodal transportation is like maritime, it's almost the same, but it's like in ground by rail, but we have for high volume and low cost. And ground transportation, this method is for short and medium distances and is more for doorstep deliveries.
Hello, today I'm going to explain a little about maritime transport. Basically, maritime transport refers to the movement of goods and materials by sea using ships and vessels. It is one of the oldest and also one of the most important methods of transportation in global trade. This system is mainly used to carry large volume of cargo such as containers, oil, and minerals across long international distances. It connects continents and supports international commerce through ports and also shipping routes. In a summary, maritime transport allows countries around the world to exchange products efficiently and keeps global trade alive. Now, let's talk about the main advantages of maritime transport. First, it has a high capacity, which means it can move a large amount of goods at once, something that other types of transport cannot do. Second, it has a low cost, making it one of the most affordable options for long distance. Another benefit is that it's energy efficient, since ships consume less fuel per ton of cargo compared to trucks or planes, which is better for the planet. Finally, maritime transport offers global connectivity, linking major ports around the world and making international commerce possible. That is why it is considered an efficient and sustainable shipping method that supports the global economy. However, despite all these benefits, maritime transport also has some disadvantages. One major limitation is slow transit. Shipping goods by sea usually takes much longer than by air or land. It also depends heavily on weather conditions, since storms or natural events can delay deliveries. Another problem is port dependency, because it requires specific infrastructure and well-equipped ports to operate efficiently. And finally, there are complex procedures, as custom checks and documentation can take time and cause additional delays. These challenges can sometimes reduce its effectiveness, especially when dealing with urgent or perishable goods. To conclude, maritime transport plays a very important role in global logistics and the world economy. It enables the efficient and economical movement of goods between continents, creating a strong connection between countries. Even though it faces some important challenges such as weather dependence and slow transit, it continues to be one of the most sustainable and essential systems for international trade. Thanks to maritime transport, millions of products can reach their destination safely every day.
I'm going to talk about air transport, one of the most important methods used in international trade. This type of transport is known for being the fastest and safest way to move goods from one country to another. Airplanes make it possible for companies to send products quickly and safely anywhere in the world. Thanks to this system, the global market stays connected and businesses can respond faster to customer needs. Air transport basically means shipping goods by airplane, both at the national and international level. It is a great option for products that can wait, such as medicine, fresh food, or high value electronics. Compared to other transport modes, it offers much faster delivery times and easier custom process. Air freight helps companies maintain a steady flow of products, reducing delivery times and improving customer satisfaction. In fact, it allows trade between distant continents in just few hours, which is something other transport methods can achieve. One of the most important elements in air transport is the ULD. which stands for Unit Load Device. These are basically special containers or pallets that are shaped to fit perfectly inside the airplane. Their purpose is to make the best use of the available space while keeping the cargo well protected and stable during the flight. In addition, air transport requires specific documents to control and register each shipment. The main ones are the airway bill, used, used, used by the airline as the official transport contract, and the house airway bill, used when freight forwarders combine several smaller shipments into one. These documents make sure every product is correctly identified and reach its destination safely. Air transport has several clear advantages. The most important one is speed. It's the fastest way to move goods over long distance. It also provides a high level of security since airports and airlines follow strict controls to prevent damage or loss. Another great benefit is its global coverage. Airplanes can reach destinations that might take weeks by sea or land. And finally, it's a reliable and punctual option which helps companies meet delivery deadlines and maintain customer trust. For industries where every hour counts, air transport is often the best choice. Air transport Of course, not everything is perfect. Air transport also has some disadvantage. The first one is the high cost, because using airplanes is much more expensive than shipping by sea or land. Another limitation is the space and weight capacity. Planes can't carry very large or heavy goods. It's also affected by weather conditions, so flights can be delayed or canceled due to fog, rain, or storms. And finally, it has a greater environmental impact, since airplanes release more carbon emissions. For these reasons, it is usually used only when time is more important than cost. Of course, in conclusion, air transport plays a key role in modern logistics and global trade. It offers speed, safety, and worldwide connection, which makes it essential for business that deal with urgent or high-value products. Even though it's more expensive, its efficiency and reliability make it worth it for companies that need fast international deliveries. In short, air transport is not just about moving goods, it's about connecting markets, saving time, and keeping the world running on a schedule.
Rail and intermodal transport is a system that combines the use of railways with other transport modes like trucks and ships. It's mainly used to move large amounts of materials over long distance in a safe and efficient way. Trains use ICO containers, which are standardized containers that make it easier to transfer cargo between different types of transportation. This helps reduce time and handling during the process. This transfer mode has several important advantages. First, it's very energy efficient since trains use less fuel per ton than other types of transport. It also has a large capacity, allowing the movement of heavy or bulk goods in a single trip. Another big benefit is sustainability. Trains produce fewer carbon emissions, helping protect the environment. And finally, it's cost effective for long distances, making it ideal for international trade and logistics. However, there are also some disadvantages. Rail transport has limited flexibility because trains can only operate where rail tracks exist. It also depends on a specific infrastructure, which can be expensive to build and maintain. For short distances, it's slower compared to other transport modes like trucks or planes. And in intermodal operation, transferring containers between modes can take extra time and increase logistical complexity. To conclude, rail and intermodal transport are key parts of international logistics. They connect different modes, like rail, road, and sea, to make the movement of goods more efficient and sustainable. This type of transport is energy efficient, has a high cargo capacity, and reduces environmental impact. Even though it depends on infrastructure and has less flexibility, it remains essential for building a greener and more connected global supply chain.
Hi, for this part of the presentation, I'll talk about road freight transport and why the selection of vehicles plays such an important role in physical distribution. Road transport is the movement of goods by trucks or vans through highways and roads. is one of the most common flexible ways to deliver product directly to the customers or distribution centers. When selecting a vehicle, it's important to consider the type of cargo. For light roads, companies use vans or small trucks that are perfect for local deliveries. Heavy loads require trailers or articulated trucks that can move large industrial products. Valuable cargo is transported in unsecure or armored vehicles equipped with tracking systems, and liquid goods are carried in specific tank trucks to avoid leaks. Road transport offers several advantages. It's flexible since it can reach both cities and rural areas. It also provides door-to-door service, meaning goods go directly from the sender to the receiver. And of course, it is fast for short and medium distance, making it ideal for domestic distribution. However, there are also some disadvantages. Costs can be high because of fuel, tools, and vehicle maintenance. It also causes pollution and traffic congestion, can delay deliveries, especially in big cities. To conclude, efficient logistics doesn't depend on just one type of transport. By combining road, air, sea, and rail transport, companies can achieve balanced and sustainable distribution system, reducing costs, saving times, and minimizing environmental impact. That's why the right vehicle and integrating different transport modes is essential for a smooth, efficient, and modern logistic operation. Thank you so much for your attention.